Hello everyone and welcome back to another brand new episode of MotoGP 21. But now today we are off to our first of two Austrias. Now cast your mind back to 2021, we had two Austrians. We had the Seiren and the Austrian GP. Now on paper you'd imagine Yamaha Austria probably not going to be a great fit, but I'm actually quietly confident coming into the first of two. After the first one we know exactly what we'll be facing in round two. Maybe a different weather in the second round. Could be interesting as well, but we have a massive points overall to be catching up to Fabio Quartararo. So we really need to start on the right step here in Austria. Let's get to the track. Just quickly guys, if you do enjoy today's video, if you wouldn't mind, let me know with either a like or a comment, and maybe even consider subscribing for future videos. Thanks, back to the video. So end of pre-practice 3. Top 3, overall pretty happy. Once again went through our program in FP1 and 2, and towards the end of FP3, nothing doing again, and I just kind of pulled out one of those laps where I just kind of put it all together and got myself into Q2, so pretty happy overall. Yeah, nothing much else to say really. The pace is okay. Over one lap I feel okay again. I feel decent on the brake, so it's going to help me around here. Qualifying is going to be very important because I'm going to have to get away with them. We obviously saw in Assen what happens when you qualify further back. Regardless of how well you perform on Sunday, it's very hard to come from the back of the grid. So we'll need to be front row ideally. So interesting enough, I didn't even spot that Fabio had to go through Q1, scrape through in second position. So we might have had a massive advantage. We're the only Yamaha to get into directly into Q2, which is, I suppose, it's a nice feeling. But again, I did kind of prove that the fact that I actually am probably not the right rider to be on this Yamaha. I should be still be on the Ducati or something else, because that straight line stability on the braking is exactly what I need, and the Yamaha is just not good where I need it to be good. So it's a bit of a weird one, but into Q2 we go now, and yeah, two Yamahas. Let's see, can we be the top one? First man all weekend into the 23's first run in qualifying, pretty good lap. Just bail off here, leave Miguel Oliveira through. He's low in turn one anyway, poor Miguel. But yeah, it was point like 3 over in second one. I was looking at Pecco's time and I was thinking, I don't think that's quite accurate, so bit of an interesting one. But I must say, I'm very happy with that lap time, 23.8. That's going to be tough to beat. Currently hold 0.8 over Pecco and Paul, who's just past me, who's in third position. Very good lap. You can see it's sunny today, as it was not in free practice 3. Overcast and cloudy, so the soft air seems to be working a bit better in these temps, and I definitely performed well there in that qualifying lap. 23.8 is ridiculously quick. So we go through and put it on pole, but look who's in P3. So he comes through Q1 and then bangs in at 23.9. Where did that speed come from? So in fairness to Fabio, he obviously was working a lot and getting set up right. In fairness to Marcus, P4 on the Honda as well, as a stellar job. Just took a little bit of deflated after my pole position, seeing my teammate to be in P3. Miller, of course, has top Ducati, splitting the two Yams. But yeah, just slightly after that, because I just thought maybe he's going to be down 9th or 10th, and I took pole because I had a feeling that I was going to get it. And then the lap times really dropped towards the end, and I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do, and I managed to hold on, but it's a bit disappointing Fabio's so close, but we do have the advantage still. But we always know that Fabio's very good on the brake, so it's going to be tough. We're going to have to get a good start and beat Jack Miller into turn 1. So we're going to take a bit of a gamble. Yes, you heard me correctly. We're going to go with a front tyre that we've not tried all weekend. Hard front tyre. It's slightly colder today, but I think the extra stability from a stiffer compound hard front tyre will just give me that benefit throughout the race. I feel like the bike is working well, so I think I can take this risk and benefit, because I think usually stiffer front tyre I'm more comfortable in the braking, and I think realistically we're going to be in a bit of a dogfight today with the Ducatis and my teammates. So we're going to follow suit with everyone going probably on the medium rear. That's probably the whole field's decision too. So it's going to be probably overall not massively a big change, but what I will say is it might be a bit of a gamble.
riders have just completed the sighting lap and are lined up on the Red Bull Ring straight. Very little time is left until the start of another Austrian Grand Prix.
Here we go. It's a good start, is it? It is indeed. Touch deeper, have a bit of stop into turn 1, but we hold the lead. There's a crash for the back, can't tell who it is yet. Gonna manage feud immediately just to make sure that if we need to fight later on we can. Gonna go touch defensive in here. Wonder what this hard front tire is gonna feel like the first time we really used it in anger and we've gone a bit deep. Just to defend from Jack is small, but I suppose. I do like this racetrack a lot, really benefits me, so hoping to get a good opening lap here and then really push on and maybe try and get a breakaway, which is not something you can do pretty easily at this track. I'm a bit torn to be honest because Fabio's there in P3. Jack is probably just keeping a minute with the slipstream down the long straight, so he's going to be sticking there. We're pulled 3 tenths early. Do I go, use tyre and see can I push on, or do I just try and do what I did in Sachsenring where I just try and lead from the front and just manage my race? I'm not too short to be honest. Kind of want to attack and push and dictate this race instead of kind of try and win it slowly. But again, making sure early here, just a great slipstream. Down the straight 28.0 to start the lap. You can see Jack is very, very quick down the home straight, as you would imagine, on that big red Ducati. He's there to turn away from just seem to end of shot. Here comes the Desmedici. Front tire's a bit cold. We have a good advantage on the brakes, which is good. Our front tire feels okay. It's a bit cold, which is a bit nerving, but other than that, feels good. But mind Pecco and Marquez just pull the pin a bit earlier here and maybe start taking points off my teammate, push them down the order, get a battle going further back, give me a bit of an advantage to pull away. But at the moment, it's us and Jack, and Fabio's just there, just actually ahead of Pecco over the last couple of corners there. It looks like he's just holding on from the other Ducati as I am in the lead. Back limits also is a bit of an issue through here, so we need to be very careful. Don't want to take too much out of my edge grip. You can see the front tire is wearing a lot. So we are pulling. Me and Jack look to be the 2 fastest riders on track. I wonder what Pecco has in terms of race pace though. I'd imagine if you can clear the Frenchman on the M1 Fabio Quartararo, he probably will have something for his teammate, as he usually does, and maybe me. As of right now though, we're building up a lot of spare fuel, so we are going to push on. Fast man on track, as I just called it. Francesco Bagnaia, not Fabio Bagnaia. King of dreams that, or nightmares. We're going to use a bit of fuel though, because I just feel like we need to just start making a bit of a gap to Jack, because I think Pecco might be the man to watch. Big mistake though, big mistake for me. Locked the front, we had to leave it go. We're going to come back out next to our teammate. Alex Rins on this little fast lap, so not an ideal situation here for me. Will be absolutely no harm though to be behind Jack for a lap or two, just to have an idea where he's strong, where I'm weak, and vice versa. Don't want to give him too much time though. Him as well will definitely want to pounce. Moment, we're just sticking with Jack. Trying not to use my fuel. Just try and stay in the slipstream and just use that to get along with him really and just kind of get dragged along. That's what we kind of need to do at the moment. Over there though, I must say that V4 Ducati absolutely leaps away. And in here we need to be a bit cautious on the brakes. So obviously last lap we did go straight on. No issues this time around, thankfully. We are slightly dropping Fabio. I'm just a bit too far back from Jack for my liking, to be honest, so we're going to try and just close this gap down a small bit and maybe start looking at a place past him, because he will get more and more confident as this race goes on, him sitting in P1 and not being basically pressurised for me from behind. Big mistake there, the bike got very much out of control. Very bumpy surface here, so you're hearing a lot of kind of pumping from the rear. PC is doing a lot of work. Engine braking and anti-wheelie on corner entry and corner exit are working overtime here. Back is slightly pulling me, and I don't like this. Because Fabio's still just behind me, so I'm not gaining as much as I'd like as we go deep into the last corner. Squared off. It's a bit more rubber than I'd like. We are pulling away from the rest of the field. And again, it just looks like Pecco doesn't have enough to overtake my teammate, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, again, that front tire might have been a mistake, Dylan. We burned off all executive fuel there. We've basically saved up. So we need to start finding a bit of rhythm here, because I'm just struggling with Jack. Jack's speed is absolutely ridiculous at this point in the race. He's pulled out almost a second. It's not what we needed. Messy couple of laps for me, though, I will admit. And it's good that our teammate isn't on us yet, so it shows that probably, even with a messy kind of second half of this race, I'll probably end up finishing just where we are now, which is good. But I want P1. I need victories to win this championship. Oh, we took so much out of Jack in there, but we risked so much. That was probably a bit too much. But it's working. Getting back to the point now we're in slipstream. Slightly under fuel as well. Definitely have a bit of advantage in the brakes. I wonder is that the hard front tire? Completely dropped our teammates respectively in this part of the race. Need to find a way past this Aussie in front. But I'm very, very happy as we lose in front ever so slightly an inch. He just pushed me wide. Very happy we managed to get back to here. Oh, hard front tire now is protesting. Miller has a bit of a wobble into the final corner. 24-0, fastest man on track is yours truly. Is it enough to get with Jack? Trying everything. Alright, we're going to have to go on a bit of a conservative fuel run here for the next lap. Oh, we broke so late. I can't believe we're going to get this stop. Are we? Are we? Are we? Oh, I locked the front in first gear. That's usually a crash. The V just gets off that corner better than I do in the inline 4 Yamaha. Need to be doing a little bit better through here. Oh my god, that was so close to going down. This midfield sector here, I don't feel stronger than him. It's a bit of a shame because this is where you'd imagine I would probably be a bit stronger. Trying to be so tidy. 0.3 at the moment. We are just quicker than them, but not enough to be doing anything with it really. Front tyre is dead at this point in the race, so we're down to the fibres of the front Michelin tyre. Back again has a bit of a wobble, but nothing doing. We're gonna have to use power 3 out of here. Absolutely buggered off from the other two. We're not with him now. Just need to get out of here a bit better and get with him properly on the run. Slipstream is just doing its thing for me now. Where can we even pass? We run out to start the penultimate lap of the race, and there's nowhere really obvious where I feel that I have an advantage on Jack. Again, I feel just a bit better through here, but I just don't have that enough. There's not a long enough section to make anything of this extra bit of corner speed that I carry through here. We are here though, and we have a small bit of fuel onto this last lap. We're coming, and we just are okay, I think. We'll probably get one chance at Jack, and that's one we're going to have to take. Big mistake into turn 1. That's a terrible run through there. It's going to cost me. See, he's just buggered off now. That's a terrible run. Oh, wow. Front's gone. There could have been a crash there. Risked a lot for 5 points. Don't think we can do anything now. Gonna have to save a bit of fuel as well. Oh, we're carrying so much entry speed. It's so scary. Takes that weird wide line that I can't get my head around. It's not doing enough for me to bring me back towards him. Right, full power to the end. Come on, M1. I think he's done enough. I think Jack has done it, unless we can produce one of the greatest overtakes you'll ever see. No, we actually got it all wrong, but thankfully, nobody behind. It's going to be a brilliant P2, really. Our teammate does drop to P4, which gives us another points boost over him.
Before we go to see the party at the podium, let's take a look at the MotoGP class final results.
So that really was a dogfight with Jack. I just didn't have what I needed the last couple of laps. It was just a small mistake here and there that cost me, and the couple of times we got close, just didn't have anything. We learned a lot though from this race. Next week, if it's dry, would I risk the same front tyre? I don't know, to be honest, because it definitely felt a bit worse for wear in the long corners in the second half of the race. So maybe the medium might have been enough to maybe spring an overtake into maybe the penultimate corner if I could have got the run through the kind of flowing part. Just got on his back wheel and just let the brake off, maybe. But still, solid 20 points. We gained points over our teammate, which is, of course, a very, very positive step. The gap is down now to 34 points. But also, look who's jumped up to second. Mr. Miller himself. So maybe it's a Ducati championship. Didn't even think about him. Pecco in P4, 98 points back. I don't think at this point of the season, unless there's going to be amazing heroics, is he going to gain that back. But didn't even think of Jack all along, and he's taken 5 points off me here, and he's actually jumped up to second. So I must say, fair play to Jack. Maybe Jack can win his championship. Very surprised if he makes it all the way through the season. He's a bit of a kind of a prone to the odd mistake here and there, so we mightn't see him throughout the rest of the season. But in fairness, halfway through the season, Jack 34 points off, including myself as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm really excited for race 2 at this track, because I definitely think we can learn from our mistakes and go on to better and bigger things.
An excellent result for both him and his team, giving them hope for the following races.
So, just as we arrive back from Austria, we have received 2 more engineers at the headquarters. So, we are going to do some upgrades before the end of this episode. Now, not too sure, to be honest. I know I mentioned last time we could do a bit of engine, could do a bit of frame, ECU. We maybe, I'm not too sure, is it worth doing what? I'm not really sure where it should go, but obviously we have enough points really to kind of go wherever we need to with it, but I'm not really sure. I think, to be honest, I might do TC2. I think that is the way to go. I'm going to stick everyone on it just to get it done ASAP. Best way in my eyes to get it done, just slip everyone onto it. It only takes 4 weeks, so that will have us getting that upgrade not too far in the distance. Obviously, we won't have it for next week. Calendar is a bit bugged out, so we should end up getting it just... Yeah, we'll actually get it just before service on, which is good. But at the moment, you can see we're actually here, week 30, but the game thinks we're in week 26. And imagine a quick on and off of the game, and that'll fix that. But at the moment, the game's a bit bugged. But anyway, we are going to leave it there. Hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in a future episode of MotoGP 21 Great Mode. Slán go full.